So on Raw, everyone was too scared to fight Femi, so the Open Challenge was cancelled this week. Then Femi went backstage, just dragged Angel Garza and Berto out there. Angel Garza by there grabbed bloody Berto and pulled them out to the ring, beat them up, pinned them 1, 2, 3. That was that. It was rubbish. Let's be honest, it was absolutely awful. Why? They need look. I get they're making him a big star, and I really like that because this guy is going to be a future champion. But that felt rushed. It felt like, oh yeah, we haven't got long left, so we just need to do this quickly, and because they left it too late in the show, and yeah, it just felt rushed. It felt pointless. It felt like I'm gonna forget about this by tomorrow, and yeah, gonna forget about this angle straight after I made this video. Let's be honest here. Um, yeah, look. I guess it's good that people are, they're saying people are scared to fight it, but then they're saying, oh, it's back next week anyway. So it's like just end that, and it's like I really like the Obafemi Open Challenge. I don't. I just find it annoying that, oh yeah, everyone's they need to look, if you want to continue this going to next week, you get a big name to go out there and challenge you. If you want to make this good, you get a big name out there, and they have a bloody half decent match. Get a big guy out there. I don't know who it is. I can't think of a name right now, but make this good now, because I feel like they bottled it. They rushed it this week. And I mean, that's what they need to do, unless it's building onto something proper next week. If they go out there, just get another jobber out there, then whatever. Like, you can't do that now. You cannot do that now. And look, I guess it did tie to the show a bit because, Berto and Angel Guards were like, oh, yeah, we want more opportunities. They were saying backstage, and they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's what happened. It was kind of funny to see, but reality is it's like, I want to see more. I want to see more. But hopefully, next week something is starting to happen. But WWE can't afford to ruin this. They can't afford to make it keep on being the same thing now. Something big needs to happen. He's coming for winner of bloody Brock Lesnar on the grandest stage of them all. We retired him. So, I mean, so I guess people are right to be scared of him, of course. But it feels like now he's disconnected from a lot of actual storylines, it seems like. And I hope they don't ruin this with him. I really hope that they do not ruin this writing with him, and that they actually have got something going on. I hope they don't suddenly run out of ideas here. But right now seems like he's being built as a star. But you can't, you need to find it eventually, very soon in the near future. You need to find a proper story for it. This can't be like a US Open challenge where it's like, oh, who wants to fight over Femi this week? You can't do that, because we've seen many things where it's just been ruined before, these kind of Open challenge things against a guy who's meant to be a star, but then it's like they just run out of ideas. It's kind of, I hope surely it's not going to be like what they did with Karrion Cross, because, Obafemi's a much bigger star than him, and sure, he's got more potential, but still, Karrion Cross was a big name coming up in the ranks, and look at the bloody state his career ended in. Something like that can't happen with Obafemi. I don't think it will, but, anything is possible if we're being honest. But I feel like the angle seemed a bit lazy, if I'm being honest, with the Berto and Angel Garza stuff. I feel like it's like, why should we care about them being absolutely destroyed? Like, what have they offered us in the last few weeks to think, oh yeah, that's a statement, that's something. It hasn't. It hasn't. But I hope. I think, I've seen things like fans are worried that WWE could be ruining over Febby by exposing him too early, stuff like that is what I've been reading. And it's like, it's because they have done this before, though. They've done this before with proper monster characters. What happens is, it's just endless squashes. People get ruined for no reason by these guys. Then it's getting all repetitive. No actual story comes of it, and then the crowd just gets numb. They don't react. It can't. Sure, I really don't want to see it happen with Obafemi. It can't, because, yeah, again, it happened with bloody Omos, didn't it? That's what who it happened with. Omos carrying cross things happening with Braun Strowman at points in his career. You can't do this with Obafemi because he's one of the best prospects we've had in years. Honestly, one of the best prospects we've had in absolutely years. So I really don't want to be too frustrated with this. I really don't want things to be wasting time. But you can't always rely on squash matches. You can't. It feels like WWE should do that too much. They rely too much on squash matches, and it's just destroying random people every week, and it's going to get old very, very soon if next week someone decent doesn't come out. You've got to have a big name next week, otherwise I'm going to be thinking, what's a what's a story here? You need to get a story going. He needs to feud with someone good because it needs to happen now when it needs to happen right now when everything's hot on him. That's what it needs to happen now, because if it doesn't, he, fans move on very quickly. Fans move on very quickly. Fans get bored of things very quickly. People can get forgotten about if it's just the same old thing, and that's what's WWE just been cost themselves badly so many years on. And they can't afford to do it here. It can't be lazy monster booking. It cannot be, because Over Femi is one of the biggest stars we've had in so long. Don't repeat the same thing. Give him an angle. Give him a story. Build him up and let him bloody be a champion at SummerSlam. That's what needs to happen. Or by the end of the year at least. Do I trust him to do that? No. I don't actually think he'll be a champion at the end of the year. And I don't mean a bloody US champ, I mean a bloody world champion. That's what needs to happen here. And I don't trust it. I don't trust them to do it. I expect them to be in some decent views, but I feel like Paul Heyman needs to get involved to actually be alongside Oprah at some point. The guy that retired Brock Lesnar, now he moves on to Paul Heyman, taking that from him as well, showing that he is the next Brock. But I don't know. That's just an idea. It ain't gonna happen. You can't trust them. You can't trust WWE with anything. Let's wait and see.